well, hang on, Sean Ben Mulligan. Is it nice to get rid of the Sean?
Ben now, just Ben.
It always was just Ben, wasn't it, mate?
Yeah.
But here you are, back at your old gym, innit? And now your new gym, in the sense that this is where you've took on your coaching and working with Zelfa and all the young boys there.
Yeah. Obviously, this has always been like home to me. Do you know what I mean? I was here for all of my pro career, apart from obviously the last year. But I've always, even when I left, I was still used to pop in. Still always been close with Pat, Tommy, all the boys here. So it was never like, obviously I come back here when I had to retire, but it was never like, oh, I'm coming back to.
Well, we was talking before. Retirement for any boxer is a horrible thing, but it was forced on you through medical reasons. Do you think that this lockdown has been good for you in the sense that it's helped you to come to terms with it, because there's not really been any boxing anywhere else? You've not had to sit through it all and think that could have been me, and also allowed you to, because you've been working here constantly, working with all the boys, allow you to hone your skills as a coach rather than having that mindset of as a fighter.
Yeah, of course. Obviously, when I had to retire, which was I think middle of February, when I found out, obviously, like full confirmation that there was no way I could box again. That's when the lockdown hit, didn't it? So the first lockdown, so there was no boxing, and in a way, yeah, it did help because I wasn't having to watch boxing every week, or there wasn't shows on local, so that I probably would have been on. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, it cushioned the blow a little bit because, like I say, it wasn't in my face. And then yeah, I was in here and I was working with all the lads through lockdown, stuff like that. Obviously, no one really had dates from sort of the boxing started again, didn't it? Like the behind closed doors.
Yeah, I think was it beginning of August, wasn't it, when behind closed doors started, wasn't it?
So then obviously a couple of lads started getting dates, Lyndon, Zelfa.
I was down here when you were padding Zelfa when he got ready for the Dex Spellman fight, wasn't it? Lyndon, sorry, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, it was good, and obviously, like you just said, it's not easy, it's never a good time, is there, to be forced to retire, obviously, doing what we love and obviously our dream, but
saying that though, like you say, you embraced it quite quickly, you were determined to set up your own amateur gym. You almost had it all paper signed for a new premises in Prestwich. Fortunately, that fell through, didn't it?
Yeah.
And which was probably good because, as you said, you were lumbered with all those bills and no way of paying them because you wouldn't have been able to bring anyone through the doors.
Of course, yeah, like I said, I fought at the premises, which was a good premises, obviously at the time, every single day. That's what was on my mind. I just wanted to get it over the line and get in there, but looking back now, it was like there was someone sort of like telling me to slow down a bit, because, like you said, with what's going on and that, it was the wrong time. Do you know what I mean? I wouldn't have been able to get the kids in there.
But that is still your plan. You and your brother, you're gonna go ahead and hopefully some point this year open that gym in your hometown and get all the local kids in, because we were just talking and there's gyms all the way around, but none actually in Prestwich. You've got Bury, you've got Oliver's gym in Salford, you know, you've got this place. All that are all like probably the closest to it, but none actually in your hometown, is it?
There's never been a gym in Prestwich or Whitefield, so it makes sense for me. Obviously now I'm not boxing. It was always the plan anyway, me and my brother, to get a gym. But obviously it's just happened earlier than what we thought, so it makes sense. But obviously I've been very fortunate and lucky to have Pat and Tommy, the day I retired, got me in here, obviously helping the lads out. Obviously Thomas does the stuff for the kids, which I plan on doing as well. You know, just the naughty kids in care, stuff like that, the vulnerable kids. So, you know, he's helped me get in here, been working with them, get some experience.
Well, how's your mindset changed then? You know, from a fighter to a coach, you've had to make transitions. What's been the biggest one for you?
From stopping fighting, obviously, you've had, right, the biggest trend, I don't know, it's hard, isn't it? Because obviously you've got that, when you're normally coming in the gym, you're thinking of yourself.
But you know, this is what I was trying to get to more than anything, is the fact that as as a fighter, you don't really have to think for yourself, do you? Because you're told what to do by your coaches. You know, they structure everything for you. Now you've got to structure things for other people. Has that been hard for you to do, or has that come quite easy?
Yeah, it's just natural, innit? I think obviously I'm with Pat in here, so it's Pat's the boss. I'm just in here helping Pat out. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm helping the lads out. You know, the lads in here.
But is that helping you then to, you know, are you thinking now, oh, this will work perfect for me with the young kids, this will be, you know, are you taking from this for your own gym when that starts hopefully this year?
Yeah, of course, everything what's obviously Tommy doing, like I said, I'm not going to train pros in my gym, I'll just carry on helping Pat out. But in terms of like the kids, I mean, I was helping the amateurs as well. Before, obviously last year it was a bit stop and start because there was 1 minute they could train, next minute they couldn't. So I was in here of an evening helping the amateurs, which I loved that because that's what, you know, so I started as an amateur, you know, helping these kids, and I love doing that, you know, seeing these.
So this will work perfect for you then, won't it?
These young kids progress, you know what I mean? So yeah, and obviously what I want to do in my gym, so that's been great. And then obviously the stuff in the daytime here, what Tommy does with the kids, been doing that, getting some experience with that. Again, obviously what I want to do at my gym. So yeah, it's all worked perfect. Couldn't be any better. I'm not in a mad rush still now at this point to get my own place because obviously we're still in a lockdown, and I'm loving it here. Do you know what I mean? I'm happy. I come here. It's not work. I'm just around all the lads. I'm doing what I'm doing. So yeah.
And now, you know, must make this journey for you with these lads, because obviously Zelfa and Lyndon, you know, you've known them from the amateur days. And now both champions and both stepping up to that next level. You know what I mean? It wasn't for you and me, but Lyndon just did the impossible, didn't he? Yeah. And he beat Anthony Hardy, and he beat him with one arm, didn't he, as well?
Listen, I knew. I mean, you never know. I never predict fights, mate. I know boxing very well. Been in it all my life, but I don't predict fights because anything can happen. So I just always, do you know what I mean? I just always want. I'll have an opinion in my head who I probably think will win. But when Lyndon boxed Hardy, obviously, probably because obviously I was with him every day in the lead up to the fight, and obviously I've been around him for years. I know how good he is. I pretty much knew. I thought that was, you know.
Yeah, but even so, that's Lyndon Arthur with two good arms. He still managed to do it with only one.
Beat him with one arm, and he beat him comfortable. Like I was just saying before off camera, I think he definitely won 8 rounds.
Well, the one scorecard that I felt was right was the 117, 111. But it went to Anthony Hardy. How they did that, I don't know. If he would have said that for Lyndon, I wouldn't have batted an eyelid. I would have thought, yeah, okay.
I know, it's mad. It's just, you see it all the time now, don't we? Some mad scorecards.
Well, now you're just about to pad young Zelfa come in. You're just about to pad Zelfa. Yeah. He's got a huge fight coming up in 3 weeks against Kiko Martinez. Great fight for him, I think, isn't it?
Of course it is. He's a former world champion, got some big names on his record. It's a great name. You can't take him lightly because obviously from where he's been, his experience. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, of course it'd be silly. Obviously Zelfa's an ultimate professional. He's in here now. Obviously he knows he's in for it's a tough fight. Do you know what I mean? But Zelfa does what he does best, and obviously he wins, and he can win looking very, very good. Which
I think if he does do, then that launches him onto that next level, that European and then future world.
Yeah, he's getting to that level now, isn't it? I mean, domestic life, he's not fought for the British, one reason or another, but I believe, obviously, might be a bit biased because there is sort of good fighters in that super featherweight division, but that Zelfa's the best in the country, and he's ready to go into that next level. But let him take care of business in a few weeks and then go from there.
We can talk about that then.
Yeah.
Ben, well listen, good luck with what happens this year. Hopefully you get that gym open and you start working down here and still helping Pat to produce champions.
Thank you, mate. Nice one. Just say as well, thanks obviously yourself. Obviously you was always here throughout my career. Do you know what I mean? Yourself and obviously Steve Wood was my manager from day one. Got a good relationship with Steve.
Good man, innit?
The best.
Hey, and you gutted, I bet you missed out on the tracksuits this year. Dished them all out, didn't you?
I'll have to come down and see. I spoke to Steve the other week actually. I said, obviously no one's seen anyone at the minute, Addy, but it'd be nice to go down and have a catch up with him. Yeah. Obviously I'm going to do that soon when things start getting a bit better. Yeah, well,
you've been working closely with Danny Wright, who runs the VIP boxing equipment, I presume. they're going to kick your gym out, are they?
Yeah, obviously I had the X sponsored me when I was fighting.
Oh,
and
did
obviously
you?
sponsored the gym.
Ah,
So I had
right.
the X as well. But Danny, I've seen Danny last week, and Danny said obviously he's working alongside Charlotte from Maverick Trust, innit? So
Yeah.
they're
So
going
you're
to be
doing
there
a
to
lot of
help
work.
me. Steve said it straight away when I put it out there. I was going to get a gym that they'll help me with equipment and stuff. So, but yeah, like I say, you know, big, you know, thanks to Steve. He's been there from day one. And top guy.
As you are. Ben,
Thank you.
take care, kiddo.
Cheers, Lee. Thank
Good
you.
luck with the gym.
Cheers, mate.
Take care, mate. Bye.
For all boxing info, news and latest interviews, amateur and pro, across the north, click and subscribe. VIP Boxing Promotions. Also Twitter, Instagram and Facebook.